Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday it is. It's Sunday. So this morning I am doing 2 Hostess clubs. So I will do all 4 projects. Some of you have already gotten your kits. I will go through the items in the kits, and hopefully we'll be able to figure it all out. So the first one could be a challenge though if I can't find all my samples. All right, so the first thing we're going to make, we're going to do Hostess Club 2. And that's Tammy and Rhonda and Dorothy and Patty. And we're going to make this cute little treat box. Can hold treats. And we're going to make this adorable little card. Now, everything should be sponged for you already. The only thing I think you'll need is black ink so that you can sponge over the top of this. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, so this is our goal. Get my pieces separated. So for my card, I'm going to need this piece, this piece, that, and that. And then for my little box, I'm just going to need these pieces, this string, this webbing ribbon, and then these 2 pieces. Okay. You'll need a hole punch so that we can tie this little tag on here. But other than that, I believe you have everything we're going to need. So you need a hole punch for this project, and you need a black ink pad for this project. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'll do this little box first. I use some sponging on this one, so you can sponge with the black on that one as well. These have already been scored for you. I used, to make this topper here, I used this punch from Stampin' Up. And so this paper started out at 5.5 by 9. Then we scored at 1 3/4 from each end. And then on the landscape side, I scored at 4 5 inches. The front little piece of DSP, this little piece here, is 1 3/4 by 3. And then, so if you wanted to make yourself a template, you could do that before you glue yours together. So, and I will make a copy of this and put it in with your orders. So this order is for the second Hostess Club, and Dorothy is the hostess for that. If you are commenting, I am unable to see that right now. So let's go ahead and get started. So everybody has this piece here. I'm going to take my scissors. Well, I'm going to fold on my score lines there so I can see. And I'm going to cut on this line and this line, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm only cutting to the score mark. Okay, those are the only 2 cuts you'll have to make. And these flaps aren't measured. They're just, so if they're a little bit long or you want to cut them down a little, they go on the inside of the box, so nobody will see them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish my score lines. There we are. All right. And take just a little bit of glue here. On each side. There we go. Oops. There we go. And could somebody tag Frank Fritz in this video? She just texted me to ask if I was live, and I totally spaced tagging her in the video. So Dorothy, if you could tag Frank Fritz, that would be awesome. I'm going to glue this piece. And put glue on this piece. All right. And line those up. And then I'm just going to hold them like so. Let me see if I can tag anybody while we are going live. Did I get it? I tried to tag Frank Fritz. So, hi Dorothy. Hi Roberta. Roberta, thank you so much for placing an order on my website. Oh, there we got Patty on here now. Sorry, Patty, I totally spaced. But I hope you got my tag. So we are this far. I will go, I have another sample here. So what we did is, all we've done up to this point is we have cut to the score line, to the score line, to the score line, and to the score line. Okay? All right. Fold and burnish on all the edges. So remember, all you'll need to complete this project is a black ink pad and a small hole punch and a sponge. You should have everything else in your kit. Okay, so you'll put glue on these two flaps and glue them in here just like that, and then hold them down, and then that brings us to this. So this is where we're at now. I hope everybody was able to catch up who got on late. It's been so long since I've done a live that I totally spaced how long it would take, or like for people to get on, and so I just started right away. And all right, so I'm going to take my black ink pad and a sponge, and I'm just going to ink around the edges to give it that spooky, eerie look. And this is our new color, cinnamon, can't remember the name, cinnamon. I'll have to look it up. But I just love it for fall. It's just so pretty. Okay. Hi, Daniel. Okay, ink this up all the way around on all the corners and all the edges. Again, if you're tuning in late and you just want to watch the live and then go back and do your projects, feel free to do so. Dorothy, you are our hostess this month for this hostess club. Patty is the hostess for the other hostess club, and I'll be doing those projects second today. All right, so we have that inked up. And then I'm going to take and ink around my cat. Give it that little spookiness. Okay. And then I'm also going to ink around my little tag that says Ghoulish Goodies. All right, so there we are. We are on. Now I'm going to take this piece, and this piece measures 1 3/4 by 3, and I'm going to apply some glue to the back, and then I'm going to center it towards the bottom on the front. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the same on the back side. Now, if you didn't want to decorate the back, you certainly don't have to. This paper is our new Halloween paper that is in the seasonal catalog. And it's Magic Night Hallows, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. All right, so there we go. And this paper is gorgeous. I love it. I love, love, love it. All right, so now I'm going to take a foam dot and put it on the back of my cat. I'll use 2. And then I'm going to take a couple foam pieces and put it on the back of my little tag. And before I attach it, I'm going to take my little hole punch here. And I'm just going to do a little tiny hole so that I can put my string in. Okay. Done and done. Ghoulish Goodies. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little cat and put it on the piece of glitter paper. Now this glitter paper, most of you received the Stampin' Up! Glitter paper. I ran out because I didn't realize I would be in love with this glitter paper like I am. And the new Stampin' Up! Glitter paper actually has black on the back. I just love it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Hold it for just a second. Now this is the new metallic mesh ribbon. It is so pretty and so fun. Like I'm going to be using this for Halloween and Christmas. It's just absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to just feed this mesh ribbon through here. Through my little hole. Maybe. Get a little pokey tool. Maybe that'll help. There we go. All right. There we go. Now I'll take my little piece of ribbon here and put my tag on it. Now I'm just going to tie a bow with this little ribbon here in the top. There we go. All right. Cute. I think I like the ribbon tied in a bow better than I like my original project, actually. Because I did not tie it in a bow on my original, but I think that I'm going to go back and fix that. See here, I just tied it in a knot and I used twine, but I really don't think I like the twine. I think I really like the bow. So I'll probably change this and take the twine off and just use this gold ribbon and tie a bow. So there we go. And then I'll trim this down. It doesn't have to be so big. There we are. And there is a cute little Halloween tree box. There's the original. There's the one I just made. What do you think? How cute is that? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. And now I'm going to get ready to make this card here. And in your kit, you have all the pieces. I use Gorgeous Grape and Bumblebee. So first I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to fold it in half and burnish it with my bone folder. There we are. And then I'm going to take this purple piece, and remember I said you'd need your black ink pad. So I just took my black ink pad here, and this is already embossed with our new spiderweb embossing folder. Look at how cool that is. And I'm going to rub my black ink pad over the top of that, and it's going to make it just stand out even more. So directly on there. Get a piece of scratch paper here, all right. See that? How cool does that look? And that's just rubbing the ink pad directly onto that Gorgeous Grape on that embossed image. I just love, love, love it. Okay. Now I'm going to take this purple piece that we just put the ink on. And I'm going to center it on the front of my card. Actually, I think I'm going to flip it over. I really like how that spider web down here turned out, and I know that this one up here is going to get covered with my moon. All right, so then we have this color, and I am horrible with remembering, I think it's like terracotta tile. And I already inked this for you because I didn't know how many of you would have the matching ink. But I used the same technique. I embossed it with the spider web embossing folder. And then I just took the matching ink pad, the terracotta tile, I think that's what it's called. And I just rubbed it right over the top for you, okay? And there we go. It looks just like that. Now, these other pieces we have kind of go down in a layer, and everything's flat. I didn't use any foam dots. So the next piece we need is this black shape. And I'm going to glue it down right here in the center of my card. Hold that for just a second. And this stamp set is called Hallows Night Magic. And it comes with all these dies. The bats come as dies. There's spiders, sentiments. So on this one, I used these two dies and just the bat dies. I did not stamp the bats and then cut them out. I just punched them out. But on another project, I heat embossed, and then those dies fit right over the top of that, and you can cut them right out. Okay. All right, so now we have that black one down. I'm going to go back over here to my moon, and this is Bumblebee, I believe. And I'm going to just stick it down like so. And then we're up to our next layer, which is this little Halloween tag. And I have already sponged it with Gorgeous Grape for you and stamped it with those matching dies. And I'm going to just center that just like so. All right. Now I have one bat, and I'm going to just put glue on the center, and I kind of folded the wings up. And I'm just going to glue that down right there. And then I'm going to glue this little bat down, doing the same process. A little glue on his body. There we are. And then I took some bling for his eyes. Let's see if I can find my rhinestones. All right. Now, I think this would be cute, like if you had some little tiny green or red rhinestones. I think that would be pretty cute also to put on for the eyes. I'm just using my piercing tool. This little bat's going to have to grow into his eyes because they're awfully big for his little body, but that's okay. They're still pretty cute. All right. And that is our second card. Just like that. All righty. So that's the first Hostess Club, or Hostess Club number 2. We made these projects and these projects. So if you'd like to contact me to join a Hostess Club, just let me know. We meet once a month. I'm always looking for new people to join. Hostess Club 2, because there is only 5 people, spends $30 a month and rotates Hostess. Hostess Club 1 spends $25 a month. And they get more in free product because there's more people in that group. So, there's the first projects. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to the second set of projects. And this is the first one. This is a little box, and you can open it up and put candy in there. Okay. I used magnets, but I feel like if I were to actually give this out, I would probably just put like a glue dot in there because the magnets really aren't sticking as well as I would like them to. So let's go ahead and I will grab my cardstock for this one and all of my pieces for the second Hostess Club. So this is going to be a challenge because I think that I may have mailed my original. Like, I think maybe I sent it in the mail to somebody. So I don't have my original anymore. So I'm going to start with the card. Or I'm at least going to get the card base folded. And then I'm going to try to remember. So this piece is the card, and these are all my pieces here. So this piece and this piece are for the box. That piece and that piece are for the box. That piece and that piece are for the box. This piece goes here, and then I have this piece here. And then you have this is one of the die cuts that comes in that Magic Howlo. Don't have all my pieces poked out of there. Mental note, do not mail your sample before you teach it. Okay, so that'll go there. And then you have these 3 circles. And I simply just layered them like that. And then here are the embossed bats that I was telling you about. Okay, and they'll go on that card. So there's the pieces for the card. And then the rest of these pieces are for the box. And you have the little glittered bats. And so for this one, you will need your scoreboard. And I'll give everybody a second to get that out before I start scoring. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. So this piece measures 8.5 by 10. And I'm just going to get my scoring board out here. And I'm going to start by scoring on the landscape side. And we're going to score at 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Again, that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Then I'm going to rotate my cardstock, and on the portrait side, I'm going to score it at 2 inches from each side. So there's 2 inches. I'm going to flip it over and do 2 more inches from here. All right. So now you have your paper scored. And now I'm going to burnish all my edges, and then I'm going to cut some away. Okay, so you're going to burnish on all of your score lines. Okay. And so this one actually gets folded backwards, and then, but you know, it's paper, it'll fold the other way. All right, so kind of got this going on. So it kind of looks like this right now, but I need to trim some away. So I'm going to take out these 2 corners, squares from each corner on all four corners. Okay, that'll be the first step. Okay, and you're just cutting right on the score line. Okay, just like this. Okay, and there we go. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to go to this middle piece here on both sides, and I'm going to cut in on the score line and in on the score line, and then I'm going to fold these 2, and I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay, it's going to be on the inside, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so cut here and here, and then I'm going to take this piece and cut a little bit off. All right, so now it's time to put our box together. So these 2 little flaps here will be on the inside of your box. And we're just going to glue it together so it looks just like that. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my short flap here. And then I'm going to fold that in and hold it for just a second. And then I'll put glue on this flap and fold that in. And I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Press it down, give it a second to dry, and then I'll go ahead and I'll go on to the other side. All right, so I'm going to start with glue on my little flap. Okay, then I'm going to glue this down. And then I'm going to put glue on this flap and fold that over and glue it down. There we go. All right, so there's the main part of our box. So from here, you can pretty much figure out where everything goes. Okay, here's my original box. And I have gray on the top, or the black and white spider web up here. And then I have purple spiders. And then you're going to do this on both sides of the box. Okay, I just feel like the box looks more finished if you decorate both sides. Glue on this one. And I'm going to center it. That's the advantage of the liquid glue. You have a little bit of wiggle room there. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. So those of you who have not gotten me your orders, I need those hopefully by today so I can get things ordered. Okay. Glue that down. And this one down. All right. So I would fill this with candy, and then I would probably just put a little bit of glue there to keep it shut. Like I said, I wasn't really impressed with the magnets. They didn't work very well. So there's that part. Now I'm going to move on to the front of my box. It looks just like this. I'm going to glue this Happy Halloween down to the purple. And there's not a die that actually will cut this out slightly bigger. So I just glued it on the purple, and then I just cut it out just slightly bigger than the actual white piece. You know, leaving a little bit of a edge. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, because keep in mind, when you give this out, whoever gets it, they only want the candy inside. Okay, so it looks just like that. Now I'm going to glue this on the front of my box. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to take my little bats, and I'm going to decorate just like I did the other one. I'll fold the wings up, and now this is the Stampin' Up! Black. See how it's black on the back? So when you look at it from both sides, it'll still be black. I just love that. I think it's a great feature of the black cardstock, glitter cardstock. Okay. Put a little dot there for my third bat on the front. There we go. And then I'm going to put a little bat right there. Okay. And on my original, I have a bat up here, but it's really hard to see, so I'm going to just put it down here on the purple. All right, so in your container or bag of goodies, you had a tied bow, but I guess I didn't tie one for myself. So I will just quickly take this metallic mesh ribbon and tie myself a bow. And the bows are so easy to make with this because you just fluff up the little loops. So cute. There we go. And I'm going to take a glue dot. Maybe. If I can find my glue dots. Here we are. A little mini glue dot right there. And then I'm going to just stick it right on the center there. Now keep in mind, I will probably end up stapling or maybe even a paper clip, you know, like a little black paper clip, just to keep that shut, because I really, like, the magnet is just a mess. Like, it doesn't stick to the glue dot. It just doesn't work very well. So that's what I think I'll do for that one. And that is our first little treat box for Halloween. Now on to the next. So here is my card. Looks like I got some rusty edges there. I was cutting paper and my blade was dull, so it left a little bit of a frayed edge. So I'll have to sand those off. Look at how pretty that paper is. Isn't it? You know what? I think I'm going to use that paper on this card. But you could use the bats. On my original card, I did use the bats up front. But you can't see that because I must have given it away. So I'm going to go ahead and I really like these black roses. This Halloween paper is just gorgeous. And, you know, I keep hearing from customers like, oh, Halloween's not my thing. But then when I start making stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have the paper. So it doesn't have to be just used for Halloween. How cute would this paper be for an over 40? Okay. Like, or over the hill, an over the hill card. I'm going to space that out just a little bit because my glittered border will cover all that up. Okay. Dot, dot. Oh, look at them. They're still sticking in there. More pieces. Didn't come out. There we go. All right. I'm going to stick this down and it's going to go all the way across. And that glue, even though it does get out of the lines a little bit, it does dry clear, so, you know, nobody will see it. Okay. So my black glitter moon is flat, and then I popped up the other two layers. Okay. And they just go from biggest to smallest. And then I'm going to use my black pop-ups, dimensionals, that's what they're called, for my bats. All right, so one there. Use two mini ones on this guy. And again, I just put them on the body. There we go. And then probably one mini for this little guy. And voila, there is our second project for our first Hostess Club. The sets that I used today, let me show you. Put my lid on my glue so it doesn't dry out. All right, so I used Hallow's Night Magic, and this comes as a, or you can buy this as a bundle and get the dies. And remember, if you purchase it as a bundle, you do end up saving 10%. If you were to buy them separately. Okay, so here's like even the little bat dies. They're just so cute. All right, I also used Ghoulish Goodies. which I just think is absolutely adorable. But I wanted to look up, here is our holiday catalog, and I wanted to look up and see what the Halloween paper was called, because for the life of me, I just cannot remember. You know, this little mini catalog is so great that I feel like I need all of it. I think I ordered that, but maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. All right, so let's see. We got to be close. This plaid tidings paper is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so there's the Ghoulish goodies. And look, we have these little rectangle tins that you could decorate. And then the Howl's Night Magic. Magic in the Night Designer Series paper. That's what it's called. And the Iridescent Pearls. I just loved this stuff so much that I just had to buy the whole suite. So, and then the ideas in this suite are just phenomenal. Look at that. That whole page. So if you have any questions or comments or would like to place an order, get a hold of me. You can PM me. I am getting ready to place an order this weekend, so you can tag on. I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday and enjoyed my short little video live and 4 projects, and I will talk to you guys later. So you guys have a fabulous Sunday, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.